webinar is going to get a special bonus, so be on the lookout for that. All right, and the last thing I want to say before we start is that if you have a specific question, just find that Q&A box at the bottom of the options menu of the Zoom webinar platform, and just mark your question, and we will get back to you either at the end of the webinar or during the webinar. I have a colleague that's going to be helping me out, Anna. So if you guys can say hi to her in the chat, or we can just have a general conversation in the chat as well. All right, without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to turn off my video. All right, I hope everyone can see me and see the screen. All right, so in order to promote a website on any search engine and give it a good enough chance to make it to the top of the search results, you have to start with keyword research. And we have a couple of tools in SEO Ranking that are designed to help you out with this. One is called Keyword Research, and the other one is Keyword Grouper. Let's start off with the first one. So you can access it by going over to the Tools menu and on the main dashboard of SEO Ranking, and going over to the SEO PPC Competitor Research tool. All right, so here we are. It just opened up, and what we need to do here is enter a keyword that we want to analyze. For example, by phone, and select the region that you want to, that is going to be analyzed. Once that's done, let's click on Analyze and see what data we get. Right now, I want to switch over directly to the Keyword Suggestion tool, and we're going to get back to this area right here a bit later on. All right, so here we have 3 tabs that give you different ideas for keywords. The first one has just a list of keywords that have the same, that either contain the keyword or have a different ending with the target keyword that we entered, which is by phone. And it has a couple of data points here that make it easier for you to understand if this is a relevant search query. So you have the search volume, the cost per click, level of competition, and a couple of other parameters. You also have the filter that allows you to filter the results and only see the data points that you want. Plus, you can export the results. Once you go through this list and select a handful, or just select the keywords that you're going to use in your semantic core, you can further expand your semantic core by going over to the Related Keywords tab. This tab provides a list of alternative keywords to the one that we're analyzing, and it has a cool metric here that you can look at called relevance. And the higher this metric is, that means the more relevant a certain keyword is in comparison to the target keyword. So 73 in this case means that 73 out of 100 pages in the search results are the same for these 2 keywords, by phone and phone by, or by phones. So basically, the higher it is, the more relevant the specific keyword is. And last but not least, you can further expand your semantic core by going over to the long tail keywords tab, where we have a list of Google keyword suggestions, which are usually popular search terms that consist of like 3 to 5 words and are often written out as like a colloquial term or even a question. And although they don't usually have a rather high search volume, you can still get more ideas on how to expand your semantic core. All right, once you've found like a keyword that you want to get more data on, obviously you're collecting keywords as you go, but if you want to get more information on a specific keyword, you just either click on it from the list of the 2 previous tabs, or you can go over to the Keyword Research tab, which we initially were redirected to. All right, so here we have an overview of the specific keyword for the specific region that was selected, which is the United States. And the data provided in this tool the data is pulled from the from Google Keyword Planner, and it shows data for the entire nation. So it's not for a specific U.S. city, street, or state, or even region. It's basically for the entire country. So the data that you see here is the search volume of this specific keyword that it gets each month, the cost of attracting searches, and how much approximately traffic will come into the website when this keyword is used. Below, you have this specific keyword's popularity trend based on Google Trends, so you can see if it's if the hype is going up around it or not. And as you scroll down, you get a list of the top 5 organic and paid search results for this specific keyword. So basically, the websites that come up in search when this keyword is inserted into the search box. And next, we have the list of similar keywords, as we already looked at in the keyword research tool. So we're not going to go into detail into that right now. And a list of the most popular keyword ads for this specific keyword. All right, we're going to get a lot more information later on. Let's go dive deeper and look at the organic search results for this specific keyword. So we have a list of the top 100 websites that are ranking for this specific keyword in the United States, along with its ranking position and the estimated volume of traffic and the cost of bringing in that traffic, and the total number of keywords that the specific website is promoting in organic search. You can actually, by looking at this picture, you can understand if you are targeting the right keyword for your specific company. For example, if you are selling delicious cakes, and let me just switch over and show you guys here. If you're selling delicious cakes on your website, and you see that in the SERPs most of the results are recipes, then this is not something that you want. This is not a keyword that you want to target. So if you notice a situation like this, when you're going to be doing your research, just reconsider and try to find another keyword that is going to produce the right search results. As always, you can filter and export the results, and let's move on to paid results. So this basically provides a list of the ads that are promoted on Google Ads for this specific keyword by phone. You can see the ad position, the preview of the ad, and the total number of ads that the specific URL is running on Google, as well as information on the traffic and the total number of keywords. And the last sub-tab in this category is the ads history. So this basically gives you an opportunity to go back in time and find the different ways of advertising a specific keyword, and you can see what different competitors did, and you can even expand ads to get a further view on it. So yeah. Now, let's say that we have a list of keywords. So we did our research by going through all the things that I just mentioned. And the next step, what you need to do is group these keywords so that you can actually use them for your promotional campaigns. So let's go back to the main dashboard and access the keyword grouper tool via the tools menu. All right, so let me first explain to you the logic of this tool, how it works. So basically, you upload a list of keywords, and then it takes, for example, 2 keywords at a time, and looks to see if they have any common URLs in the SERP. And if that is the case, for example, if you look up 2 keywords like buy apartment and buy apartment in NYC, the keyword grouper tool will scan the SERPs, and if it sees that, for example, 3 URLs are in common in the SERPs for these specific keywords, then they will be grouped together. If not, then the tool will see that they are not related to each other for this specific region. All right, let me break it further down for you. So what you can do here is configure the search engine. So basically, identify the country that you want to analyze. You can even specify the city or town or down to the zip code level, as well as select the Google interface language that you want to be analyzing. Then we have 3 options: keyword grouping accuracy, the grouping method, and the search volume check. Let's talk about each one of them. So the keyword grouping accuracy defines how many URLs need to be in common for two specific keywords in order for them to be grouped into a single group. So basically, the example that I just told you, I said that we have the buy apartment keyword and buy apartment in NYC. And if we set the grouping accuracy to 3, then they will be put into a single group. But if you put it to set it to 9, and the tool only finds 3 URLs, once again, as was the example, then they are not going to be put into the same group. So it's up to you. You have to play around and just to understand how this tool exactly works. Then we have to choose the keyword grouping method. We have 2 options. It's either soft or hard. So when you go for the soft grouping method, then all of the search queries that are submitted to the tool are going to be analyzed against the search query with the largest search volume. So basically with the largest search volume. And if you go for the hard method, then all the keywords that you submit are just going to be compared to one another. So that they're not going to have any additional information other than the keyword accuracy level that you set. All right. This is actually a pretty complicated tool, and we're going to record another video on it. But right now, my colleagues are going to send a link, or they're going to send a link to a blog post we did on this tool that you can check out. Okay, and the final thing in this tool is to submit the keywords. You can either do that manually or upload a list. And obviously, you're going to be working with a whole lot of keywords, so it's best to go for uploading them as a list. And then when you're done, click on Start Grouping. All right, it's going to take a while, depending on how many keywords you add to your keyword grouper process. But I'm just going to click on over to the results. Click on over to the results and show you what you can do with them. So, for example, we have a list of different keyword groups that we did here. Let's click on one of them, and you see all the different groups that were created here. You can click on either one to see the exact keywords that are included in it. And then if you like something, you can like a certain keyword group, you can mark it and then directly add it to a project or export it. All right. Now that we know how to collect our keywords and group them into topically related groups, let's look at what we can do for competitive monitoring. So another very important step that you need to take into account during your entire website optimization process. So once again, we have a couple of tools that will help you do this. That will help you work with competitors in our tool. And the first one that we're going to be looking at is, once again, the SEO PPC competitor research tool that we looked at first during this webinar. So let's access it. Okay, and this time, instead of entering a keyword, let's enter a website, a domain. I'm going to go for eBay. All right, let's click on Analyze. Now, it's going to take some time for all the data to load up because, as you can see, that there are over 7 million keywords are organic that eBay is targeting. So what you can see here is the overview of organic and paid traffic, and the different graphs and diagrams that represent semantical overlaps and unique keywords that the Analyze website has. Further down, you have the top pages in organic search and top subdomains in organic search. Plus, you get the same data, but for paid search. So also with different graphical representations, making it easier for you to understand where everything is. And at the very bottom, you get a list of the most popular keyword ads for eBay.com, for the website that we entered for analysis. All right, all of the areas here are you can get more data by clicking over to the View Detailed Report, or you can make use of the menu on the left-hand side and just go on to the section that you're interested in most. Just to show you, instead of going to the left to the menu on the left-hand side, I'm just going to go over to organic keywords, view detailed report. And as you can see, I've been redirected to the keywords sub-tab here. All right. Once again, the data represented here is only for the US, but you can see a summary data of other countries where this website is running campaigns and where we have data on what we have data on. So as you scroll down once again, we see the exact number of keywords, the estimated number of volume of traffic that these keywords are going to drive to this website given current rankings. And last but not least, we have the cost of driving that traffic. We have a couple of graphs here. One sec. We have a couple of graphs here that allow you to see if there's an upward or downward trend going on anywhere. For example, in traffic, in terms of traffic keywords, or the budget that goes on traffic. And if you see that there's an upward growth trend anywhere, in these graphs, that means that the website is constantly being optimized and new pages are being added all the time. And this is the breakdown of organic traffic. So let's see what we have here. So besides the keyword that is being targeted by the analyzed website, we have its ranking position, search volume, cost per click, level of competition, and also traffic. So all of the data points that you see here are sorted by traffic by default, to give you an understanding of the keywords that drive most visitors or most traffic to the analyzed website. But you are welcome to click on any other parameter and sort the results according to that parameter. Plus, if you are interested to know what a specific metric means, you can just hover your mouse over it and to understand how we calculate it and what exactly it is. Plus, you have the option to use the filter to only see the results that you want. You can decide which columns you want to hide and see. And last but not least, you can export the results. This is something that is you're going to see throughout the entire platform. So once we already see the organic keyword rankings, but what if we want to find out what happened like during the previous check last month? We can go to the next sub tab and compare ranking, see the ranking changes. So here you can straight away see the different graphs that represent different keyword groups, and you can see how their ranking dynamics have changed. So the keyword groups that we have here are improved keywords, as in those that went up in rankings. We have decreased keywords that lost rankings. We have new keywords, as in those keywords that were just added to the organic promotional campaign, and lost keywords, those that were taken out of the entire kind of campaign, and so eBay is no longer running any campaign on these specific keywords. All right, let's move on over to the competitors sub tab, and see what information we have here. So the cool thing about this section is that it shows you websites that are running organic campaigns using the same keywords as your website. Of course, you're going to have different overlaps and unique or missing keywords. So this is a section that allows you to see that. So for example, we have 3 columns here. Common keywords, as in those that are used by both websites. So as you can see, there's a dash at the top because this is the analyzed websites and these are its competitors. Plus we have an option to see all the missing keywords that the competitor is using and the analyzed website is not, and the total number of keywords targeted by each one of the websites in its organic campaigns. All the figures here, the data points, are clickable, and I'm going to do exactly that. Once you click on any of the data points in the competitor, you are going to be redirected to the competitor comparison sub-tab. It allows you to compare up to 3 of your competitors. Well, you and 2 competitors, basically. 3 websites are being compared here. So I'm going to add a 3rd one. Just wait for everything to load up. And now you can see the Venn diagram that shows all the unique keywords and all the overlaps of all the 3 websites, just 2 websites, and so on. You can also do the same thing by going over down here, clicking on common words, and selecting one of the options here. Plus, you can explore what unique keywords your competitors have and which ones are missing for you or for your competitors. Just once again, using the options available here. Next up, we have organic pages. So this is basically a list of all the top organic pages that are ranking in search. And here, what is important to see here is that is the share of traffic. So basically, in most of the cases, the homepage gets the largest share of traffic, which makes total sense. But yeah, although the number is not really high here, it's still well, pretty obvious and expected for a homepage. But you can also see other pages here, such as like product pages, discussions, yeah, and so on. So once again, this gives you an opportunity to see what they are investing in more, or what the specific website is investing in more. And the same data is provided on subdomains if there are any. Now, this was what I had to show to you about organic traffic research. And now let's move on over to paid traffic research for the same website. So once again, we get an overview of all the paid campaigns that are that the analyzed website is running on different global regions, and then we get a breakdown of the specific keywords that they use in their campaigns, how much traffic should be expected from these keywords, and the cost of driving traffic using these keywords. Once again, you can make use of the different graphs available here to see what the trend is, and here we have more information on all the paid keywords that are being used by eBay. So along with the list of all the keywords, we have their ranking position, their placement within the SERP. So it's either going to be at the top, at the bottom, or maybe at the side of the SERP. You also have the preview of the ad, as well as the number of ads that are running that are being run for the specific keyword by eBay, the search volume, level of competition, traffic share, and so on. As always, you can filter and export the results. You click to expand the ads to get a clearer view of all of them. And once again, we have the option to view the ranking changes. So what has happened in comparison to the previous month in the paid search game. So here, once again, we have similar things, but this gives you an opportunity to see how your competitor's strategy is developing, where they are taking all their paid search campaigns. So we have the improved keywords. So if you see that they are they have the top position in ads for a specific keyword, you can make a conclusion that they are investing a lot of their time and money and placing high bids, that this is going to go really well for them. So you have to understand if this is something worth your while, if you want to compete with somebody that is investing a lot of resources into something. So you just have to analyze and see where there's room for you to step in. Next tab, decrease keywords. It gives you once again an opportunity to find out where you can swoop in if in case your competitor is losing position, ranking positions in on paid on Google Ads. And of the other two tabs here are new keywords. So you can see the brand new keywords that they just added not a long while ago to their campaigns, and see the new direction that they are taking their campaign. So basically, all of these four lists of keywords give you an opportunity to understand the direction of your competitors' paid ad campaigns. The only thing that is different from the paid traffic research in comparison to organic traffic research is the ads history subtab, which is coming up right now. So here you have the option of going back in time and looking at all the different ads that the specific competitor was running on Google Ads for each of the keywords that they have. Plus, you can make use of the filter to specify the exact period date range that you want to look at the ads for. For example, you want to find out what the Black Friday ads somebody was running last year. So you can go ahead and do that right here. And all the results are once again exportable. The next up is competitors. So similarly with organic traffic, you get a list of everyone that is running ads using the same keywords that you are targeting in your paid campaigns. And once again, you have a list of all the common missing keywords. You can filter all the data and click on any of the results here to get more information that will allow you to get more ideas to expand your semantic core or to figure out the next step in your strategy or your paid campaign. So I'm going to click on common keywords next to Amazon. Once again, you have the option to add a third competitor here and basically make the same conclusions and by analyzing all the data provided here. And finally, we have the top pages in paid search and the top subdomain.